I think that maybe Ragatha had the opportunity to leave the circus, but she chose to stay. She wasn't very upset about Pomni leaving her, or about the door. She's incredibly happy and enthusiastic during episode 2 about what they are doing. She even tries to get Pomni to enjoy it too. She is the only one encouraging Pomni to make the most of their surroundings, even waking her up that morning like her own mother. I feel that Ragatha wants to be the best friend or mother-daughter to Pomni, and at some point, she might try to convince Pomni how great the circus is. Maybe Ragatha is a villain because of how she endures the circus. She ignores most of Pomni's complaints and continues to joyfully LARP. Ragatha loves to tell Pomni how to enjoy her fate in the circus. Go to bed, stimulate yourself with activities. That's probably all LOL. The circus performers remember their past lives or something like that, according to one of Gooseworks' tweets? I forgot, but in any case, Ragatha hasn't shared anything with Pomni, despite them having a closer relationship than anyone else in the circus so far. Subjective, but you get it. I'm leaning towards the idea that since Ragatha hasn't shared anything, it means she might prefer this fictional world over her real past life. Or any character in the circus might feel this way. Considering Jax's behavior in the series, I'm inclined to think that things weren't going too well for him in the real world, but only if he's not an AI. Another idea. It's interesting that none of the participants have shared their past lives with each other, even though they presumably can remember them. But there are a million reasons why I could be wrong. Especially Ragatha's mini panic attack in the first episode about abstraction or whatever it was. It seems that Ragatha really enjoys her time in the circus and sees it as her home. Her support for Pomni and attempts to get her involved in the LARP suggests that Ragatha sees the circus as something more than just a place to perform. Regarding memories of past lives, this is indeed an interesting question. Perhaps the circus performers have access to their past memories, but for some reason, they don't share them with each other. Maybe this is related to the secrets they keep or the peculiarities of this world. And what if the circus itself is a sort of illusion or alternate reality? Maybe the participants in the circus can't or don't want to remember their past lives because it would disrupt their experience in this world. What do you think? Could the circus participants be connected to some common history or events? Or perhaps each of them is an individual story that interacts with others in this mysterious atmosphere? I have a theory that Kinger is an NPC, not Jax. Everyone I see on the internet is talking about how Jax is different from everyone else and is clearly the NPC Kane hinted at. From the first episode, I had a theory that the game would be won if Kinger died, and I was told some pretty interesting things. A. Kinger is the only one without an ability. He has floating hands that are part of his character model, but that's not all. Zubul can regenerate herself, Gangle's personality changes depending on her mask, Pomni can super stretch, Jax can pull things out of a pocket dimension, and Ragatha is immortal. B. Kinger is the only one based on a real game. There was Queenie, but we'll get back to her later. Each person is based either on a circus performer, an animal, or a form of art. Kinger is the only one based on a game element. Funny enough, a game piece that, if you manage to kill, ends the game. C. Kane hints that he used to mistake NPCs for real players and deleted the wrong people. Kinger and Queenie managed to convince Kane that they were players, while the original players were part of the previous world. Like the gummy alligator, they didn't want to be deleted, so they came up with a plan. They took the places of the real players, and Kane eventually killed the players by mistake. After a few more joined them, Kane realizes that the problem still was no idea who it was. The reason Jax is the way he is simple. Think about the people who play video games. You have heroes who try their hardest to be the heroes of every story, Ragatha. Also, you have villain players who just want to cause chaos, Jax. The digital circus is designed for the AI Pomni. This came to my mind while watching the newest film theory. The entire digital circus is a program to improve AI to be human. We see many other iterations of Pomni, but our Pomni is the first successful one because she didn't go insane and crash her brain, as another saying goes. It's an environment where she sees real people, watches them, and gets better at being human. They go on adventures for her to see how a human would react to certain events. But not only that, she sees how different types of people react to events. I'm simplifying, but every person's personality is made up of various mixes of human characters. For example, mixing primary colors to get different colors. When Pomni masters red, green, and blue, she will be able to imitate many other colors. If she masters Ragatha's good side, Kinger's logical and crazy side, and Jax's evil and mean side, she will be able to create many other personalities by mixing them differently. If we assume that the digital circus does indeed serve as an environment for improving AI, it opens up interesting prospects. Pomni, as the first successful iteration, has a unique opportunity to observe and interact with real people. This allows her to study the diversity of human reactions, emotions, and characters. The analogy with mixing colors is quite appropriate. If Pomni can really master different aspects of personalities, then she becomes a kind of palette for creating diverse characters. Perhaps she can adapt her observations and experiences to help other AIs better understand and interact with people. It's also interesting to consider what other goals the creators of the digital circus might have. Maybe it's not just about improving AI, but something deeper? Perhaps the circus is a kind of social experiment where people's reactions to different situations help better understand human nature. Gummy Guy is Kaufmo's clown. You might be reading this and thinking, what is this guy smoking? But please hear me out. Why wasn't Gummy Guy shocked to see Kane at the end of TIDC Episode 2? Wasn't Kane known as the god in Gummy Guy's world? It's not like Pomni told him about Kane. Someone might say that now that he knows he's not real, he no longer believes in his beliefs. But now he should be convinced that Kane is his creator. If anything, he should praise him even more. So why did Gummy Guy just glance at Kane and then start examining the circus? Remember Matpat's theory? The one where he said that virtual reality doesn't lock minds inside the show but clones the mind? Well, what if when someone abstracts, Kane clones their mind again, erases most of their memories, and rebrands them as an NPC? I just find it a coincidence that Kane has the best AI just like Kaufmo. Maybe that's why Gummy Guy had such a good relationship with Pomni. They're clowns. Jester, Clown, Potato, Potatu were looking for a way out, recovering some of his memories. Also, Gummy Guy's face when he enters the circus just screams, "Home, sweet home." It's interesting to consider Gummy Guy as Kaufmo's clown. If we assume that Kaufmo is indeed connected to the creation of the circus and the management of its internal world, it might explain why Gummy Guy wasn't shocked to see Kane. Maybe he already knew about Kane and his role in this world. Matpat's theory about cloning the mind is also interesting. If Kane is indeed capable of cloning the mind and creating NPCs, this could be a key point in the story. Perhaps Gummy Guy is one of these NPCs whose memories were restored or modified. And if Kane does have the best AI, it might explain why Gummy Guy is so closely connected with Pomni. Gummy Guy's face when he enters the circus really speaks of his connection to this place. Maybe he feels at home because it's the place where his mind was recreated or modified,